I know I'm late. I'm all crazy late and everything like that. It's almost 2 o'clock. It's supposed to be 1 o'clock, but it's almost 2 o'clock. But we here. We are here and we are in motion. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on, baby. There you go. There we go. We gotta get our lights right. Gotta get our lights right. Yo, we are here and we are in motion. We do this thing. Taking off fast lane, no coasting. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I know that it says the Daily Go Getimism Show, but that's only because I feel like being lazy. So we are here and we're going to talk about deciding whether something is worth the time or the effort. The time, effort, energy. What up, Cal Chamberlain, me friend, me favorita? Good to see you. Good to see me some you. We're going to be talking about deciding whether something is worth the time and the effort. I don't know about you, but I don't put the same time and effort into everything that I do. I put some things I have to sit back and assess like, I don't know if this is worth my time, my effort, my money, an investment from me, whether it's monetarily or whether it's my energy or my resources. I have to decide whether this is where I want to be or this is going to turn out the way that I want it to. And I have some examples that I'm going to present to y'all. Y'all know how it is. It's the regular cookie cutter stuff. Love and relationships, the job, friends and stuff like that. But we're going to go a little deeper with it. We was talking about infidelity last night. We was talking about fidelity and infidelity, like whether you can really feel when somebody has been faithful to you. Like we talked about last night, and y'all should go watch that show last night. It was good. It was good information. But when you are unfaithful, if you decide to take on another lover, or if you decide to mess around with somebody, you would be a smart cheater, if and pardon my French, because I know that many of y'all have nothing but contempt for cheating. But if you're gonna cheat, I would say be smart about it. Now, if you are just a reckless cheater and you'll just hop out there with just anybody, that's on you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Because you're not thinking about the health of the person that you would spend your time and your effort with. But that's where I'm going with this. If you choose somebody to cheat with, wouldn't it be smart to decide from the beginning, is this somebody that I really want to be with? Is this somebody that I would spend a couple of dollars on? Is this somebody that I would look at as a viable substitute for what I have already? Is this person the person? Is this person the person? Or is this really just something to do for me? Is this just something to do for me? And I know that a lot of people don't put all of those types of questions into their mind. A lot of people are just trying to get away with something. Maybe they think that they're just entering a quick thing real quick, and it's just gonna blah, blah, blah. But if you are just looking for a quick thing, a quick hit, a quick nut, a quick fix, well, is it worth the time and the effort that it might take to get that quick fix? Because getting to the bag of the ass is not always that easy. And it's not always that easy to walk away. You might like that person more than you expected to like them. They might like you more than they expected to like you. They might like you more than you expected them to like you. And they might like you more than you even want them to like you. And now you're stuck. So if you would have thought about that from the beginning, maybe if you would have did your homework from the beginning, maybe if you would have canvassed the area, got some surveillance, did a little recon mission, maybe you would know, like, yeah, this one ain't nobody to play with. This ain't nothing to play with. So I don't think I'm just going to be able to get away with a quick. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get away with that with this one. So Is it worth the time and the effort? Because for a lot of people, it might be. We talk about romance in the workplace. One of the benefits of messing around with somebody on your job is that you get to see them probably almost every day, 5 days a week at least, right? And you kind of see how they are around other people. You may have heard the conversations that they have with other people that they know and that they trust, and maybe you hear them speak about their personal life candidly. So you have a little window into who you're dealing with when you deal with somebody at work. And I'm not encouraging anybody to shit where they eat, because that's what I consider messing with somebody at work to be doing. But at least you have every day that you go into work to decide whether that person that you have your eye on is worth the time and the effort that you may put into them. One thing is for sure: you can't act like you don't have no money. They may know how much you get paid. You may know how much they get paid. So we both know each other's financial situation in regards to how much we make at this job. We don't know how much residual income we have going on in a little side jobs, doing a little hair, cutting a little hair, selling a little something. It don't have to be nothing illegal. Plenty of people have solicited things at the job that they had people buying. I knew people who sold candles. I knew people who sold dinners. I knew people who sold almost everything at work. And a lot of jobs have rules against that kind of stuff, but we break them. Ain't nobody going to stop us from supporting each other. You know how it go. But you can decide whether it's worth your time or your effort. So if you're going to mess around with somebody, if you're going to cheat on somebody and put your health in jeopardy, possibly your life, and put their life in jeopardy, and their health, or their health, you have to decide whether it's worth the time or the effort. Even if you are no longer in love, enthralled, enamored with your main John, with your main squeeze, with the supposed love of your life. There was a time when you had to decide whether they were worth the time and the effort. Now, I've seen people who have had babies by people that they didn't feel were worth their time and their effort. That sounds like a travesty and a tragedy. It's like a travesty. A tragedy. But it happens. And it's somewhere happening right now. Because there are plenty of people out there who are not making the conscious decision about whether something is worth their time and their effort. And they just out there freestyling, doing whatever they got to do. Care Bear, thanks for coming through here. I said Care Bear, thanks for coming through. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. We do this every single Saturday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Saturday. And it is a Saturday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Sun 752. AKA Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm so glad to be here. Like I said, I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feel like real men and women should also. Let's get it popping. We are talking about deciding whether something is worth your time or effort. Something, somebody. Deciding whether it's or they are worth your time and effort. We all went to school, right? Now, when we were younger, we probably went to the schools that our parents chose for us at some point. Maybe you chose the high school that you wanted to go to, but you still had to have that approved by your parents. So we're not going to talk about high school. When it came to your college, more than likely you had a chance to decide whether you wanted to go to this school or that school. Maybe you had a chance to decide whether you were going to go to school at all. It's a major decision. Here you are, 18 years old. Maybe you're still 17. I don't know. But it's time for you to make this decision. Am I going to go to school, or am I going to go to the army or the military? Am I going to go out and work? What am I going to do? If I decide to go to school, should I go to Drexel? Should I go to University of Penn if I have the aptitude? Drexel too. Temple, Penn State, Jefferson University, CCP, out of state. Where should I go? Am I ready to put in the time and the effort that it's going to take in order to get me from being a freshman to a senior and ultimately getting my degree and possibly advanced degrees after that? Is it worth the time or the effort? Because nowadays, many people say that going to college is just a scam. It's not worth it and all of that. I don't subscribe to that bullshit. And no, it's not only the people who didn't go to college or didn't finish college who are saying that. There are plenty of people that I know who actually went and finished college, talking about it's a scam. I'm like, well, that was an expensive scam. They didn't teach you about that scam in your first go around, and you got a master's, you got a PhD. I don't know. Carol talking about something more like 2 p.m. Yeah, it's more like 2 p.m. Look, I had things I had to do. I was busy, but then that's neither here nor there. It's neither here, it's neither there. But anyway, is it worth the time or the effort? Are you going to spend the time to study, to research, to go to class, to take an internship, to put yourself in a position to be able to direct your career choices? Is it worth the time or the effort? Once you start at A and once you get to Z, will you be able to say, that was a good decision? That was a good decision. And I'm glad that I went all in with this. Or do you think that you'll probably be like, well, I just kind of wanted to get my feet wet with this. I kind of wanted to, poke around, look around and see what was good for me. Sort of like when you go to a trade high school and in your freshman year, they don't let you decide that first year exactly which trade you're gonna choose. They make you, like at Dobbins, they call them TXers. They call the freshmen TXers. Trade explorers. So they make them view a variety of trades until one of them catches their interest, and that's the one that they are going to ultimately graduate from. So you may have picked foundry practice, automotive, cosmetology, computer science, plumbing, electricity. You get certification when you graduate from a trade school like Dobbins. Very good. Massbom, Bach, which is no more, which is a travesty. That's a tragedy too. But yeah. So you have a chance to decide whether something is worth your time and your effort. So whether you're talking about a man or a woman that you choose, or whether you decide, like, you know what, one thing that I have to decide on a regular basis is, like, because I don't want to buy a new car because I don't want to pay a car note. If I fix up one of my used cars, I have to decide, like, is it worth really fixing it up? Now, I'm not thinking about selling any of the vehicles, but let's say I was. Let's say I wanted to fix up this car so I could sell it. So, I have to get all the things that are wrong with it repaired and see if repairing those items or those mechanical problems, will it still be able to get me the kind of money for this vehicle that I would be looking for. And it might not add up. So I went and fixed the air conditioning. I had to put in a whole new compressor, and I had front end damage. Not like I crashed, but like maybe adjustable arms, maybe your axle, something that holds on the wheels, what makes the car not, when you have when you need front end work done to your vehicle. Anybody who has needed front end work to their vehicle knows what I'm talking about. That thing don't be riding smooth and be a little wobbly. So maybe you had to get that fixed. God forbid you have to get the transmission fixed, or you have engine problems, because all of these things getting fixed are probably not going to be worth it in the long run for you to be able to sell it, because you're going to almost break even. So it's not really worth the time or the effort unless you're just going to keep the car for your own purposes. So you have to decide whether it's worth the time or the effort. And if you don't think that way, if you fail to think that way, you'll just be throwing good money after bad. Throwing good money after bad. In other words, for any youngins that might be listening to this, or some old heads who never really understood what that meant, because that can happen. There are plenty of sayings that I never heard of. When they say that you're throwing good money after bad, I meant there are plenty of sayings that I've heard all my life but never truly understood. I'm going to tell y'all about one too. When they say that you're throwing good money after bad, like that means you took money that you could have used for something really productive and used it for something that just took more and more money. So maybe you took $500 to get something, to buy something, or to get something, and you wind up having to spend another $250. So what you spent the money on wasn't really worth it. You're not going to get it back, and you wind up having to spend even more money. Throwing good money after bad. Throwing good money after bad. Another saying that I heard, okay, remember the movie Baby Boy? Remember in Baby Boy, Melvin, Ving Rhames' character? Remember he was talking about guns and butter. But the way he talked about guns and butter in that movie, I didn't really understand it. I didn't really understand what guns and butter was supposed to mean. But just yesterday, or maybe it was Thursday, I heard a politician, or no, a political commentator talking about how the U.S. government either chooses guns or butter. See, Melvin said guns and butter, but I think it's guns or butter. So when you choose guns, that means you take a lot of money from the government and put it into defense spending. Defense spending. So basically, you're talking about domestic affairs. When you buy more guns, more tanks, more planes, all of that stuff that goes in the military for defense, those are the guns. The butter are domestic problems at home. The economy, the real economy, not the corporate stuff, the actual money of the people. So do you take care of domestic problems like, butter? It's a common household food item. Butter. They could have said guns of milk. They say guns of butter. Guns or butter. I just found out what that. I saw that movie. What, in year 2000? I didn't know what they was talking about. Guns and butter. Guns and butter. Now I realize that it's guns or butter. Guns or butter. Now I gotta go back and watch the movie. And hear what Melvin was talking about. I see Chartrand. Chartrand, you know what I mean? She got him on the body there. Carol said, bow, 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 bow. Bow, bow. Reload. Bow, bow. Good looking. I mean, we talking greasy or advertising all stupidly. But yeah. So deciding whether something is worth the time or the effort. Worth the time or the effort. Do I like this girl? Do I like this woman enough? Do I like this man enough? Enough to hang in there, to be faithful, to share of myself and my gifts? Are they worth the time or the effort? You know, if I apply for a new job, is it worth it? Like maybe the job that I hold right now is paying me well. I figured it out. It's a good look. But maybe I want more. Maybe I want to go farther in my career and I'm unable to do it here for some reason. Maybe I want a career change. Maybe I just want more money. The money. I need more money. Well, looking for these jobs, going on these interviews, accepting these offers. Are they worth the time and the effort? Should I go online? Should I go online? Get me a brand new job to find. I like my boss, even though he acts soft, but he makes sure I never take a loss. And my co-workers don't be trying to jerk a dude. Man, they are not rude. But I think I need a little bit more, but I gotta be sure it's worth my time. Is it worth my effort? Will I be able to shine? Or will I come through and be like, yo, look at mine, look at mine, look at mine? Well, sometimes you gotta be a big fish in a small pond. Sometimes you gotta be a small fish in a big pond. And you gotta decide for your life whether you gonna go in this direction. And does it provide protection for you and your fam? Yo, don't run scam. Time and the effort. Deciding whether it's or they are worth the time and the effort. Deciding whether it or they are worth your time and your effort. Hopefully people don't do this when it comes to their children, but you might still have to do this with your children. Let's say your children are showing interest in something that's very expensive. You know, those times when you have to know your kids. You have to know your kids. So if you know that your child is one that really goes all in when they are interested in something, then you might be more willing to save up, to leave work, take time off, to really invest yourself in the project that or this activity that your child is involved with. If you know that your child is the type that wants to try everything they see their cousin do, or their brothers or their sister do, or their friends do, if you know that they don't seem to display a whole lot of self-determination, I don't want to say leadership skills, but I'll say this. If you know that they're easily influenced by other people, so they want to do everything that somebody else do, they don't come up with anything original for themselves. You might have to decide whether it's worth your time or your money. And as a parent, you have to still be smart about it. Like, do I totally blow my child off? Do I blow my child off and not put in any effort to where they are showing interest right now, or do I go ahead, open my wallet, take some time off, leave work early, get everybody involved, tell his grandmother, the grandparents, the aunts and uncles and cousins, oh yeah, such and such is doing this, so maybe we got to go out to their track meet, their meet or their recital or the whatever. You know what I mean? Is it worth your time and your effort and your money? As a parent, you might have to rock out or rock with it anyway. Just to be able to say that you didn't stunt their growth. Dimensions. What's going on, Dimensions? Thanks for coming on through. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. So, yeah. With your kids, you got to know your kids. You know? Plus, you don't want to be frustrated with your kids, and you don't want to show outright favoritism when it comes to your kids. So you don't want to be that parent that people was like, oh, yeah, the oldest ones, yeah, she or he put all of their efforts into their activities or whatever they wanted to do. He or she really catered to whatever they wanted to do. But the younger ones or the middle ones, yeah, they had to fight for their respect. They ain't get nothing. They ain't get seen. Oh, gosh. We got the spammers coming through. Oh, you know what? Yo. You know what, Carol? Don't hit them. Let them live. You know, they bring the people through anyway. Let them live. I ain't mad at it. Been a while. Before we had some trolls. Let them troll for a minute. Let them troll a little something until they get out of hand. I mean, but yeah, worth the time or the effort. Certain things that you might want to do. Have you ever taken an exercise class, or tried out a new diet, or decided to take up self-defense? Or middle market management. What pyramid schemes. What do they call it? Mid-level marketing. Mid-level marketing. You ever think about selling Amway or Avon or what's the beads? The beads, the jewelry, the paparazzi. Is it worth it? Are you going to be able to make money off of this? Because when it comes to mid-level marketing, they always bring in one of their higher ups, they executives, and they show how first I was just trying to do this part-time, get a couple of dollars. But then, I was making so much money that, I quit my job. This is the only thing I need. My network is strong. I got 100 people, 200 people working under me. I'm just getting all this residual income. That's the only way to make a residual income. You got to make a lot of money even when you're not there. But do you really care? And you got to ask yourself, is it worth the time and effort? Do you see the benefit of this here? He who tries harder is going to find that they might be a little smarter. But if you really don't know that your heart ain't in it and it ain't in it to win it, then you might as well let it go. Let the next man shine, yo. You do something, cheer from behind, yo. You don't always have to be out in front. But make sure that you spend your time and effort on what you want. And if it goes your way, well then good for you. You know how we do. What? Yeah. Worth the time or the effort. Let me hear from y'all. What was the last thing you've done where you really felt that it was worth the time and the effort that you put into it? And on the flip side of that, What was the last thing that you did where you really thought to yourself, like, I can't believe I wasted my time and my effort on that bullshit. On that bullshit. It was bullshit. Because you know what happens. It happens. Sometimes you take a shot. Something may have really looked good or sounded good in the outset, from the outset, only to realize later on, like, this ain't exactly what I wanted to do. This ain't exactly what I wanted to do. You know? It's like buying a bowl of soup. It's like buying a bowl of soup. You know, soup can smell real good. You know what I mean? You might have had that flavor. And I'm talking about the good soup. You know, like some people think that soup is just like broth. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about soup that has vegetables in it, soup that has noodles in it, soup that has meat in it, soup that has the good stuff, maybe rice or something with substance, you know. But something might really, really smell good, and you go ahead and buy it, and maybe it costs a little bit more than you thought it would or should cost. And you don't know how it's going to taste until you taste it. So soup might be one of those things that really smell good while you was in the kitchen, somebody else's kitchen, restaurant. You order the soup, only to realize like this must be like diabetic soup or hypertension soup. It ain't got no flavor. This is hypertension soup. They ain't putting no salt in the soup. Like, I don't want to have a stroke, but dang, man, you know, like straight vegetables and jaw? No. Like, they might have put some herbs and spices in there, but none of that stuff, you know, gave it a little salty. You know, soup, you gotta have a little, you know, it don't have to be salty, but it should have a salt taste. Like, you know, you ever eat seaweed? Seaweed, you know, tastes like the ocean. Not as bad as the ocean, but it has a salt taste. I'm about to get up out of here. But I want to put the bug in your ear real quick about this. Like, what is it? What is it? You know, worth the time and the effort. You ever have to... Okay. This last thing. My do-it-yourselfers out there. My do-it-yourselfers out there. You know how we watching YouTube right now, right? Where are my people out there who watch YouTube videos to learn how to fix something? I learned how to fix a washer and a dryer on YouTube. Some people learn how to put brakes on a car from YouTube. I ain't messing with that. But I know people who have done it. You can learn anything you want to learn how to do on YouTube. Put in fix pipes, put in a heating system, fly a plane. But there's a difference between watching somebody else do it and doing it yourself. There's definitely a difference between reading a book about it and actually putting it into practice. So let's say you decide to do some DIY, you do-it-yourself work. You decide to do some do-it-yourself work. Maybe, all right, my monitor broke. My monitor broke recently. Like, that's the reason why we started doing this on the phone. So my monitor broke, and I went online to learn how to fix it. And they said that the backlight on the monitor probably blew out. And you know, at first it didn't make sense to me, but you know what? I don't be turning off the monitor. I might restart the computer, but I never turn the monitor off. So the monitor is running, you know, it ran 2 years straight and it blew out. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I did kind of. I dropped the ball on that. But the other monitor next to it is still going strong. Go figure. You get what you pay for, though. But anyway, I was thinking about fixing the backlight because it explained how to fix it. It identified what the problem was and it told you how to fix it. So I had to decide whether I wanted to go ahead and fix it myself, like I've done other things, or take it to a repair shop and let them do it. Because finding the backlight for it is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. It ain't easy, no. So I have to, or buy another monitor. So do I want to either say, you know what, things burn out, chalk it up as a loss, go get a new one? Do I want to go ahead and fix it, which is the cheaper option? Do I want to put it in the shop and let somebody else fix it, which is a viable option, definitely more expensive than fixing it yourself, but not as expensive probably as a brand new one. Deciding whether it's worth the time and the effort. Because, when it comes to electronics, it's never as easy as you think it's going to be. I cracked the screen on a phone earlier this year, and I tried to look up how to fix the screen on a phone. I'm like, nah, it was definitely cheaper, but I could see myself goofing that up. So I went ahead and let an expert do it, and I was satisfied with the results. All right, let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious October 21st, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. RSPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. RSPECIAL. We get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, my girl Karen Murray. K-Dot. No, K Bubbles. That's what she calls herself. Turning 49 years old today. Are you kidding me? Say what? Happy birthday to you. And also Natasha Paget. Happy birthday to you. And Jarena Brown? Hold on, let me get a little close up. Yeah, Jarena Brown turning 40 years old today. And Jennifer Eden, happy birthday to you. And Queenie Emma, happy birthday to you. And Tracy Young, happy birthday. And Janae Carter, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, my girl Mina Holiday. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious October 21st, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn them too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. I rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, you have to decide whether it's worth time and your effort. Should you be there when it goes down? Do you like it enough to stay in there, hang around? Or should you pass it along? You deal with it now. I want to thank y'all for coming by. I hope that I have given you something to think about today. It ain't new material, but it's the way that we process it and stress it, tell another person, and we do it without rehearsing. The brain never stops, it goes 24 hours, never shuts down, even if you unplug the power. I adore you, and I'm here for you, and I'm gonna make sure I raise the score for you. He who fronts on this will get fried like fish. I'm not trying to do this, but I know that the list that I'm on is kind of high, and then we gonna both do this thing and get fly. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow. We gonna be tomorrow. We gonna be on time. We gonna be on time. 1 o'clock for another daily Urban Therapy Percent Show. Love is love, though, y'all. Appreciate me some you. And I holler at you tomorrow. Make sure that y'all hit the like button, share the show, and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you gotta make me a little solid. I holla, peace.